Welcome back, everybody, to part 3 of this mini masterclass. Again, welcome, Adele. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Annie Kendall. I'm the founder of Hello Mojo, and I'm joined by Adele Theron, who's the founder of Naked.Divorce and the creator of the Hello Emotional Freedom program. Adele, we have talked about a number of things in the last 2 videos about getting ourselves over divorce and getting our mojo back. And we've talked about grounding ourselves for the healing journey. We've then talked about some behaviors that we can adopt to move through the journey successfully. And today I'd like to talk about setting a clear vision for where we want to be at the end of this healing journey, so people have got an end point to focus on. So in order to be successful at anything in life, it's critical to have a compelling vision grounded in deep-rooted beliefs and in values that help not only you, but others sort of rally around it. And a vision is being a really clear understanding of where you want to be. So I'm sure that all of the listeners today are wanting to succeed at healing from their divorce and to be completely over their divorce and to reclaim their emotional freedom. This is such an exciting concept and one that I've been through myself and been successful at. So I speak from experience. Right now, though, for many of our viewers, it's tough. Like, not only have they lost a partner, perhaps they've lost precious time with their kids. They may have lost themselves and, and their sense of direction along the way. Perhaps they don't even really know who they are or who they want to be anymore, Adele. I remember being able to verbalize and visualize where I didn't want to be in life when I was going through my divorce. And that was pretty much right where I was. I just didn't want to be there. I wanted to be anywhere but there. But I didn't have a clear picture of where that anywhere was. So writing a healing goal is definitely something that people can act on immediately. I'm going to have to break that because I don't know if I've turned to the right page. I don't think I have. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's just start that paragraph again. I remember being able to verbalize where it was that I didn't want to be, but I had no idea. Oh, no, sorry. Start again. I can remember being able to verbalize where it was that I didn't want to be. And that was pretty much right where I was, in the middle of a divorce, not in the place that I thought I'd be at in that time of my life. But I knew where I wanted to be was anywhere but here, but I didn't have a clear idea of that place. So I've lost myself totally. I think I've done that paragraph. So sadly, without a picture of the end point or your ultimate vision, it's not possible to take those necessary steps or head in the right direction to get to heal from divorce. So Adele, my question to you is, how can people figure out what that end point is for them and what it looks like on the other side of divorce? How can they design a vision or a goal for healing?
Okay, so first question, why do we set a goal at the end of the journey? Okay, so there's been some really seminal studies that have been done over the last 20 years about the importance of goal setting. And, particular check that they did in Harvard University, where they looked at the class of, I think it was 1985 or something like that. And they looked at all the people that had actually set goals and who outperformed who. And what they ultimately found were people that had set goals and made concrete goals and actually had very clear vision of what their goals were, outperformed the rest of a class by a factor of over 150%. So goal setting it's just a really good thing to do. You can't lose out by goal setting. Your chance of actually getting closer to where you want to be is infinitesimally increased if you actually set some goals to begin with. Now, we set goals in a very particular way in the Emotional Freedom Program, because we basically are setting it in all the senses. So we take goal setting to like the next level. So step one, important to set goals. Step two, how do we actually get to that place? So really, when your future has been cruelly snapped away from you, which is really what divorce does, it's like the future that you were living into is now gone. You got to kind of think, well, how can I, how will I know this nightmare is over? What would be an ideal final solution? And you've got to kind of imagine something that when you close your eyes and you go into this daydream, that this daydream comforts you. It's something that soothes you. It's something that makes you happy. It's either in a beautiful location, or it's a feeling of incredible empowerment where you maybe run into your ex and their new partner or whatever, and you're not fazed by it. So either it's a contextual thing, it's a place, it's a feeling, it's a situation that you're in and you feel good about it. You got to kind of come up with something that it's like, if I could achieve that, this nightmare would all be worth it. Then the healing goal, the way that we do it is we do it in all of the senses. We don't just write it down like, I feel empowered, happy, and inspired. That's not as powerful, because the Harvard analysis really showed that you can't just write down a goal. You've actually got to create it, in concrete terms. So you've got to make a total story, like a movie, in the theater of your mind, with a beginning, middle, and ending in all the senses. And we have a particular exercise within the program where we teach people how to do that. And then we take it even further step, where we give you something called the Breakup Reboot, which is a very special audio program that I designed with a hemisync technologist, which synchronizes your brainwaves and actually installs that vision into your mind daily, using this kind of clinical hypnotherapy script that we have. And it installs this kind of suggested reality into your mind, and your mind over a period of about 21 days cannot tell the difference between a real and an imagined event when you have distracted the conscious mind enough to install something in the subconscious mind. So it's very powerful technology, which is why what makes Hello Emotional Freedom so powerful is the course is holistically designed. We tackle all different things, and this is one of the pieces of the puzzle that is a very important piece, because it's hijacking your mind away from all the focus on negative thinking to focusing on something positive that actually you expand every day, that you're installing it further and deeper into your mind.
So can you give a really short, quick few steps that people can take on board to start perhaps writing that for themselves today?
So yeah, first things first, like I said, come up with something that is a nice daydream to escape to. Walk into the office and see my ex with her new partner, and I'm feeling relaxed and happy. Get up from my desk, I'm going to the lunchroom, give them a bit of a wave, and go off and meet my new girlfriend in the cafeteria. First, just come up with a bit of a story, a little bit of a movie. Now then you break it down into steps. What is everything that you see within that movie? And you list all the things that you see as you walk through the movie. What are the things that you hear? What are the things that you can feel, feeling wise, like touching, and kinesthetically, that you can feel emotionally? What do you smell? What do you taste? Okay, so you're doing it in all the senses called VACO: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, gustatory, olfactory. Break it down. And when you're then going through the healing goal, when you close your eyes, you can see it, you can hear it, you can feel it, you can taste it. It's got to be all those kind of steps to bring it alive in the theater of your mind, so that when you are being guided through the guided meditation, you're not just visualizing it, it's like you're there. You're in the theater of your mind, in that healing goal and in that new reality.
Awesome. Okay, well, look, I think that probably gives people a great place to start. And, you know, writing a healing goal is something that people can do today, you know, to try and visualize where it is and the place that they want to be on the other side of their healing journey. You know, it gives them a direction from the get-go. It's a little bit like playing golf, isn't it? Like, at least you know the ball's got to go in the hole, and then the steps to get there, you might be a little bit off course, but you always auto correcting yourself to get back to that one specific goal. So yeah, I
Definitely.
think setting a goal is key in this journey. um, Adele, throughout this mini masterclass, look, we've discussed how people can ground themselves. We've talked about how that they can have that achieve success through adopting certain behaviors throughout the journey. And now we know, now people can know where exactly it is they're going, if they embrace their healing goal as well. Armed with this knowledge, I've already recorded all this, but I'm just going to try and say it again. I think that's pretty much that. Anyway, I'm just going to start with the journey. Adele, before we go, I mentioned in the first video that we would come back and talk a little bit about your 21-day Hello Emotional Freedom program. This is the #1 online divorce program in the world. Congratulations again. It has, did you just hear that beep? I don't know why it keeps beeping through to me. Sorry. I'll start that again. Adele, what was I going to say? Adele, before we go, I'd like to address something that we talked about in the first video, which was the Hello Emotional Freedom program, which, congratulations, is the #1 online divorce program in the world. Over 6,200 people have completed the course successfully in 97 countries, and it's got an amazing success rate of 92.3%. That's incredible. Congratulations. I would like for you to tell our listeners a little bit about this incredible program, which I have done a number of years ago, so can vouch for it 100%. Tell us a little bit about the program, about why you created it, and maybe some of the transformations that you've seen come about from it. And lastly, Hello Mojo is going to be offering this program at a discounted rate, and we will be providing it with live group coaching. So I'd love for you to just share a little bit about the benefits of doing group coaching as well.
Yeah, so I created this program, gosh, really long time ago now. I think it was 2009 that I originally created the program, and then, you know, wrote about it in my book, and then had kits available, and then eventually it became an online thing. So it's tweaked it until you get to a point where you just stop tweaking it. I mean, the reason I really created it was for myself in the beginning, because I went through a very, very traumatic divorce, where my husband at the time had cheated over 18 times, and it was just like a bit of a mess to deal with that. I was struggling to take responsibility for my part that I had played in that happening. And I had been in therapy, and it was all slow and kind of higgledy-piggledy. And I just thought, I'm going to use the techniques and the technology that I've been trained in, and come up with a holistic, cohesive, step-by-step journey that is comprehensive and leaves no stone unturned. So we're done. I didn't want to still have issues in 2 years' time. I was like, no, I want to get this over with. So I, you know, sat on my kitchen floor and wrote everything out and posted notes everywhere, and eventually put this thing together. And it really uses all the formulations of classic trauma treatment programs. So you have that kind of initial stabilization phase, which we call cocoon. And that's actually the problem with just going to a normal therapist when you're trying to deal with trauma, is they don't understand the importance of stabilization. So they just go straight in, you just start telling your story. And if you don't stabilize properly before you begin processing of trauma, you actually risk unhinging yourself a little bit. So it's really important to have that stabilization phase. We take that phase very seriously. within the program. We then do the metamorphosis, where you basically process what has happened, the relationship, and your relationship to all your relationships in the past, from the beginning right through to the end. We leave no stone unturned. By the time you exit metamorphosis, you are not just done. You are done, 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 done. You are like, "Ugh, I'm done. Can we please move on?" Like, you are done, right? It's really that finite thing. And I think that's one of the biggest feedbacks that we get when people exit the program. They're like, I had no idea that I would feel this complete, this resolved at the end of this. I really feel there's nothing else to say or anything else to do, because we cover every piece of the puzzle. And then I think, a very important feature as well is what's next, which is really the release phase, which is when you have completed this whole journey. How do you now redesign your future? There's something that's positive and something you can really look forward to, and is by your own design, rather than just stumbling along and, someone going, "You look nice. All right, I'll date you. Fine." Like, you don't want to just stumble into whatever's coming next. You actually want to choose what's coming next. And that's what release does. Release is the opportunity to choose your life moving forward, and to take some of the learnings and the healing that you've received and extracted from your previous relationships into the future, so that you are smarter when you date, and you are smarter in your due diligence and everything that you do moving forward.
Yeah.
It's pretty comprehensive.
And I think being able
that's
to do
another
it,
really,
having it all done in 21 days as well is life changing. It doesn't drag on and on. And I think one of the most important things you say is that, it's not time that heals, it's what you do with that time. And if you can use this time wisely, in 21 days, you can be in a place that you never thought you could be: happier, a better mother or father, more empowered to enter new relationships, more in control of your emotions. Like, so many things, so many aspects of your life will change. Your career, like how you are at work, or if you even take a career change or whatever, so many things will come out of this for people. So look,
definitely.
Adele, thank you so much. Actually, the group coaching as well, Hello Mojo will be offering it with group coaching. I know that I did private coaching through this process, but we're going to be putting live group coaching. So one 60-minute session of group coaching or mentoring each week through this program. What do you feel are the best benefits of doing group coaching?
Well, what's cool is it's at a great price point. I think that's like the number one benefit. I think I will always tell you that if you can do this program privately, one-to-one, with your divorce angel that has been trained in the technology, that is always going to be your best approach, because it's just that really deep. We go way deeper in that one-to-one kind of level. But if price is an issue for you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm dealing with this divorce, I'm overwhelmed by all the financial things I've got to deal with," group coaching is at that brilliant price point that just makes it affordable for pretty much everyone. The next part of it is, there's that supportive environment. So you've got a buddy that you're going to have on the program that you can buddy up with, other people that are going through the journey with you. And every week you have that opportunity to kind of come onto the call, and you have a whole hour where you're not only being coached by myself in what your specific life issues are, you also grow through the transformation of others. So by hearing other people's stories and seeing your life in their life, you're like, I didn't even think to ask that question, but actually that's really relevant to me as well. Because there are so many things that we learn when we're with others. And the thing, transformation doesn't happen in isolation. It doesn't happen inside our own echo chamber. It happens as a reflective process, and learning is a reflective process with others. So I think that's those are real benefits in the group coaching.
Yes, and I don't think people understand sort of what they're in for now. So we're going to open the cart. We'd invite you to come and join the Hello Emotional Freedom program. It will take you from a place of being in pain or frustration and blame to a place that you just love. and to a life that you are going to enjoy forevermore. So join in today. We look forward to seeing you. I'm sure Adele will be on these calls, and she will be the most amazing mentor you've ever had. She certainly changed my life, and I would like to extend my sincere thanks, Adele, for being on the calls for the last 3 days. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. But everybody, we invite you to join now. And if you click on the email, you can join the cart and purchase the course. And we look forward to seeing you on the other side. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adele.